Mathilde, Regina, Philipp, Alejandro, and Fernando, and we are going to present our startup proposal, which is called Body Bus or BNB. Starting with our problem, we found out that there is no proper organization on public buses' routes, times, and capacity. This can be further explained with our fishbone diagram, which shows the causes of the problem, and we decided to divide those causes into 4 categories. Starting with human factors, there is poor marketing for the Grobus app and the website because not many people know that they exist. And there's also the fact that bus drivers can sometimes be late for their bus stops, affecting the whole route schedule. Then for the environment, users sometimes don't feel safe on the bus stops because of where they are located. And there can also be constructions or accidents that happen in the route that also affect everything. In technology, the app on the website sometimes don't work properly. They either glitch or they don't load. And they are not updated constantly. So if there is an accident on the route, there is no way to know. Finally, for the process, there are no clear instructions on the app. There are many users that are confused as to how it works. For example, we found out that there were many people asking Google where they could pay for their ticket on the app. This all led us to our product, which is a mobile app that keeps track of buses, making it easier for the user to schedule and plan ahead of getting on the bus. Wherever they go, Bodybus will provide them with important information such as how much time is left until the next bus stop, or how many people are in the bus, as well as an option for them to pay for their ticket in advance. People will also be able to share their opinions and experiences of the bus trip and with the app in the form of reviews.
So why Bodybus? The first thing, we have the car. The car is the most often used transportation or kind of transportation in Mexico. But what are the downsides of using the car? The car produces carbon and nitrogen oxides, soot, lead, sulfuric acids, and many more gases which are polluting our environment and harming our society and even ourselves. On the other hand, I've created a chart based on the data of INEGI, where you can see the total transported people per month in Mexico. So as you can see, from January 21, the number has increased rapidly up to more than 8 million people per month. So therefore, our app comes into place, and therefore we want to track the capacities of our buses with the app. Also, we want to create more efficient bus lines to even improve more our environmental impact. And the third one would be that you can see on the app the fixed departure times to create a more responsible and reliable kind of transportation.
We also think about the consumer. This is because a lot of people, almost strangers or people came from Querétaro, didn't know how to use a bus. So we use this app to give them the correct route they have to take, and then it's an app. Then you can see the traffic, the routes. You can pay a lot of the tickets and stuff.
So our reach. Right now we have a mid, a short, and a long-term plan. First, in the short term, we are thinking just about the local citywide reach, in this case Santiago of Querétaro. And we have a plan of expansion from 3 to 5 years to take over or to implement this app in multiple states. Maybe in the future, in our long-term plan, we will implement the app in all of Mexico. In this case, it's kind of complicated because we need to have involvement from the government, since we are talking about a public system transport. So we need the collaboration of the government and many multiple agencies of transportation in the multiple states. So the cost. The estimated cost of our solution right now for this local citywide reach that we are planning for is basically, well, so for each bus, we're gonna need about 7,500 pesos from hardware. The software implementation, it's about 260,000 pesos. And this was calculated in based of the number of functions we need and the size of the developer team. And well, in total, for the amount of buses that our city has, we need above 5 million pesos. These numbers were calculated based on the information that the IQT gave us, the Instituto Queretano de Transporte. And our total cost is above 5 million pesos for this solution in a local city reach. So our income, for our plan for income is basically we finance in part by the government, in this case the city or the state that we are working for. And we are also going to implement an ad system revenue. In this case, in our ad system revenue, we are talking about 30% of those of the income. So yes, we're going to receive 30%. That's what we hope. Maybe we're not going to receive that, but that's what we hope.
So to launch an app like that, we have to understand like what consumer we want to target. And for that, like for the problem we are trying to face, we think that we can, that people between the age of 12 and 17 will be really interested by this, because there are people who want to take the bus if they have no cars. They can like want to take the bus to go to work, to study, or just even like to hang out in the city. Of course, this is important to them, but the fact that we are trying to make an app, we are more like targeting people between 12 and 45, because like older people don't really know how to use apps for the moment. Of course, it is not easy for everyone. So we think that this is more like the kind of target we are trying to have for the moment. Of course, so the fact that it is an app, we know that it is not easy for everyone to understand how it works. So we would like to, put a tutorial on the app. Like when you install it, there will be a tutorial explaining to you how to use it. Then if there is any problem after that, you can have like an help button on the app anywhere. And then if you still doesn't understand something, because sometimes you need like videos or something like that to really understand, we will be like having tutorials on YouTube so that everyone can understand everything, like no matter your age or anything. About like, we know that now people consume based on the trends that exist in the world, and we feel like this app can be put it on like 3 different trends. So there is the environmental trend. This app will help you like take the bus more often, which will reduce the number of time you take the car, and so it will reduce your environmental impact on the environment. Then there's also the technological trends. We know that people nowadays want to do everything on like your phone or computers. You don't want to have like a map or just a thing explaining to you how to use it. So we thought like the app would be the better situation. And then people nowadays want to have like information really fastly and easy. They don't want like a lot of explanations. They just want like something to tell you. You go there, you do that, and that's it. So we feel like our app can help in this way, because it is taking the 3 trends and like putting them together. Finally, to make ourselves more known, we would use like several things. First, the social media, because everything goes through social media nowadays. And like for the target we know that there will be on social media, most of them at least, so it will be easier to like make it known. Also, as we are working with buses, we wanted to like put ads on bus shelters and the bus, so that you can understand like when you go to a bus, you can understand that, oh, I didn't know that this existed, but now that I'm taking the bus and I don't know what bus I can take or where I should go, etc. Like, everything would be on the bus. And then, of course, we are working with the city, so we would want to have like a partnership with the city hall, the tourist offices, and maybe like the schools, because you can also take like the bus to go to school. So all of this would help the three things. Thank you for listening to us.